E-com can certainly be done, or e-commerce can certainly be done in the digital thumbnail, which would be done. But we also want to look at doing, e-commerce in what we call commerce within context, which is, imagine in October a child needing to create their wish list by looking at products set up in wonderful environmental displays. And that's what, moms may not buy off of this, but this is the way potentially kids can create their wish list. So that's really at the heart of it. I wanted to just share a little bit of what we're talking about and give you a little bit more detail and kind of bring it back to them.
Great. So this looks fascinating, and 4-year-olds are certainly going to get it. They're going to know how to do this. But can you explain in real simple terms how this is going to change a child's play pattern?
Well, I think, again, to return to what's interesting is I don't think it'll change the play pattern. So they'll still be into fashion, racing, conflict. What it will do is give them a much more simple navigation. It's not about reinventing it each time. It'll give them greater visibility to other play experiences that Mattel offers. So if you're a Hot Wheels kid, all of a sudden you may not be familiar with it, the type of doing, or Funkies from Radica, or a lot of the other digital things. So it gives us kind of a window in and allows them to see a much more holistic representation of various play patterns that will, I think, be leverageable both from Mattel's point of view, but actually benefit the kids. Because what that means is they're in the driver's seat. They're able to determine what they want to play with, when they want to play with it.
Okay. And then parents can then, of course, also get involved in this respect.
Yes, absolutely. We believe that, if you were to look at Mattel today, we have been very kid-centric in our sites. And what we recognize is parents don't stop being parents, of course. Parents are actually very involved. We all know that our kids will ask for a lot of things. What we want to do is engage and when you actually think of Mattel, in many cases, many of our brands are a rite of passage. I mean, you imagine a child without part of your Hot Wheels. You don't do it, or Fisher Price. So the ability to kind of provide parents with the insights into what their kids are liking is a real opportunity to be a resource for parents and a resource for moms. In addition to actually just making a great, what we like to call, natural destination online for kids.
Does this change, in the climate today, the economic climate, you starting e-commerce online like this, does this change the bottom line for Mattel at all?
We certainly hope so. What we're really doing is when you look at what the digital business has been for Mattel, in the past, it's traditionally been a marketing communications platform. So it's really been about trying to market our businesses, not making the right revenue. What we're looking to do is make this a revenue opportunity. That is a combination of everything from e-commerce, where obviously will drive revenue, to different business models and business streams, to partnerships that can help us drive revenue. Because what we recognize is that revenue is not a bad thing if you can drive it in a relevant and resourceful way for kids and for parents. And so, this is a game changer for Mattel in the fact that we're moving from what I call a marketing communication platform to a business and to really an asset and trying to manage assets.
Okay. Do we have time for questions? Okay. Are there any questions from the audience? In the back?
In moving to e-commerce, are you going to be discounting your products still? How do you view it in relationship to your retailers? Are you concerned about their concerns about being in direct competition?
Yeah, that's, I think a really good question, but kind of how do we deal with e-commerce relative to our retailers? I think we've been in some dialogue with some of our retailers, but the fact is we actually think we can become a bigger asset for our retailers. From a couple things. First of all, we will not discount and go underneath, suggested retail prices. So we stay consistent. But I think that the bigger opportunity is to be able to do a better job providing them digital assets for their own sites, since all of them are in the e-commerce business. That I would say right now we're not doing a good job of. So by having our own destination, it will force the organization to really develop those digital assets and put us in a much better position with our partners. And the fact is, it's a growing business that we can all participate from, and they're very open to it. So, not a problem.
Will you be incorporating elements of learning into this, or is it all just going to be focused on your product brands and like?
We certainly think where there's opportunities to provide learning, we'll do it. I think where there can be play patterns that can evoke both our brands and provide a learning experience, we'll do it. Today, this digital network will focus primarily on what's called the boys and girls brands, the 5 to 10-year-old brands. But we certainly are going to be looking for opportunities to scale this and leverage this across all of the Mattel portfolio when it's partnered with Fisher Price, which already is very active in learning, could be a certain participant. So where it makes sense, we'll do it, but we won't force it. We'll clear when is it time to just have fun, when is it time to have fun and learn, and when is it time to be a resource for them, and we use each of those independently.
Okay, I think that's all we have time for.
One more.
One more? Okay, one more.
A lot of other brands are moving from being destination to being more affordable content developing networks. How do
It's a great comment, and to be honest with you, to your point, this is what I call field degree. We build it and hopefully people come. But the fact is, this will only be successful if we push it out. What is the mobile piece of the content, and how does that export out? What is the social media application, particularly with parents, to get it out? So, those are kind of underlying elements that now need to kind of continue to evolve. But this is more of what I'll call the heart of the thought, and all of those things are very critical to us to have success, because they're not just going to come because we built something. We're really going to make sure that we need to be where people are, versus assuming people are going to come to us.
Okay, great. Chuck Scothon and the new Mattel Digital Network, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.